Hey everybody, welcome to part 1 of Warhammer Quest Darkwater's campaign. Now if you missed the Let's Play, that was kind of our session 0 for Warhammer Quest. Going through the rules, playing through the tutorial mission, where we had to kill a whole bunch of Mire Kelpies, and kind of like make our way into the grounds of the Jade Abbey. If you're not familiar with the story of Darkwater, a group of misfit heroes, and we're going to be using the ones from the cover. If they die, we'll probably introduce new ones through the various acts, but they are trying to reclaim the Jade Abbey, which is a fallen Guerrillian life spring, basically. It's the circle of the Everspring was protecting it, and this fallen Templar by the name of Pust, the Prince of Swords, has destroyed it hundreds of years ago and is slowly breaking up ley lines nearby. He was driven out by a huge flood and is returning to get to the Everspring, which is this like life water that Alariel has pouring through this chapel. It's mostly in ruins. It's a vast, sprawling complex. And the heroes, led by Edmark Valoran, the Manticore Knight, he's the big guy in the middle of the cover. He's a fallen sort of champion. He fighting in actually had a whole bunch of Axian Realm Stone like embedded in him in an explosion. And it makes him crazy. He blows up in fire. And he wounded some of his friends during like a huge rage fit. And he's hoping the Everspring will basically cure him. He's got Brentilis, the Renegade Saint. She's the ancestor of one of the defenders of the Jade Abbey, who's now being haunted by the ghost, and is trying to do the right thing, even though they've lived a sort of terrible life as a mercenary sellsword, by returning the bones to the Everspring and cleansing the Abbey itself. We have Inara Scion. She was a member of the Jade Circle, the Guardians of the Abbey, who is trying to return there and actually like cleanse the place. And Drolf Ironhead, again, he was just a beardling when the Abbey fell, like in the beginning when Pust like revolted and blew it up. But he was a defender with his clan. They were local dwarves who were sort of siding with the forces of order and trying to keep the place safe, returning for the relics of his people, and sort of like out of the wild to trying to figure out, you know, what's left basically of his clan. So those four are going to be entering into the Abbey in our first encounter, and I'm going to show you how to set up an encounter deck. Each of the acts of the game, there's 1, 2, 3 as its own deck of cards. And as you saw probably in the GMG review, this is a little bit like a procedurally generated card-driven Rangers of Shadowdeep. You go from kind of encounter to encounter. Each of the rooms in the book of like board tiles will have its own rules. They occasionally get reused and referenced by the cards themselves. And you'll see where to set up monsters, what the sort of like fight that we're going to be having is, and then you go through into a boss encounter. So each act has 3 different boss encounters, like dozens of individual encounters and events that you can take place in. And you're going to draw 14 from that stack. You're going to draw 1 of 3 of the boss cards, put it at the bottom, and generate your adventure for this campaign act. So we'll get that done. We'll put our session 0 to work. So we're going to get to carry our rewards from our encounter with the Mire Kelpies forward, as well as our damage that we took during that encounter. And basically just be doing the campaign from that point on. So instead of having 4 fresh heroes, we have some with a little bit of experience and a little bit of damage on them. So I'll show you the table, show you the heroes, and we'll get this underway. All right, so here we are all set up through Filth and Rot. This is our first act. And we've completed Cleanse the Spawn Pit. This was the first mission that we already went through with the gang here. Edmark, Bren, Inara, and Drolf. So to put that one aside, and the rest of the event cards I've now shuffled. So what you're going to do is you're going to build a 14-card deck, and you're going to stack it on top of the boss encounter. And Act 1 has 3 different boss encounters, each featuring this guy right here. This is FOULHOOF. He's the shaman that we're going to end up hunting down as we make our way deeper into the Jade. First act, I just have my Kelpies, my accessories, my little treasure tokens and stuff. The Kelpies, which we used, of course, for the tutorial mission. All of my Pestigors and my shaman painted up. And this should be more than enough. I don't think there's very many encounters that use anything else, although you could paint a single canker, was it Cankerborn? The big guys, the sort of like weirdo giant, Cankerborn, the weirdo giant plague bearers that are part of like the land itself, and some pox wretches, because I think 2 or 3 of the cards have them show up, but for the most part, you can always just choose to avoid them if you want to save your painting time and then escalate your painting. And what I'll probably gonna do is just in between sessions, paint a few models at a time. And that way, the more likely I am to draw towards one, then I'll have them ready to go. Campaign mode, to create an act, you're going to first grab a boss encounter, which will be at the bottom of the deck. And then as I've shuffled these 14 cards, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is hard with my left hand. 13, 14. All right, and the rest of these go away. They go back in the bin, along with our Mark Helpies. This is our act deck now. So first, our draw is 2 of these cards, and we'll choose between them which one we want to do. So we have Escape the Plague Pit or the Hungry Swamp. So I think we're going to play Escape the Plague Pit because we've already played through the swamp, and this is a Kelpie one. This one's going to be on page 5, so what page you turn to. We've got a pillar token we have to place down as well from our accessories. And the heroes succeed at the end of the battle round if each hero is in a skull hex. Place a pestigore in each Nurgle symbol hex and each star hex. These are posts. Place a pillar token in each swirly hex. They can they're blocked hexes. Every time a hero moves, they can't move more than 2. At the end of each battle round, each hero moves 1 hex near the center because they're basically being vortexed in. At the end of the battle round, if a hero is in the hex containing any water, inflict D3 damage on them. So we're being sucked into a vortex. Finally, we have a Helping Hand. Each time the hero uses the move ability, they can help an ally. Help an ally, spend an extra power. Pick a hero next to this hero. After this hero moves, that hero moves up to 2 hexes. Both heroes must end their move next to each other. And then to the pit with you. Instead of activating normal, pestigores advance and then take the onslaught action. When they advance, they always move toward the nearest post. If they're on a post, they don't move. For every 1 damage that would be inflicted on a hero, the hero moves a hex near the center of the battlefield. If that hero would move into a hex containing an enemy or another hero, they move an extra hex. Out of my way, for every 1 damage that would be inflicted on an enemy, that enemy moves 1 hex in any direction instead. Enemies can move through the hero, but must end in an empty hex. And then a side quest, Scrambler, the first hero to enter the skull hex, completes this side quest. The other one goes into the discard pile. You get some rather nice little card containers for all of your act cards afterwards. So I'll just put them back in there, and then I can get rid of this. All right, and we are set up. So we have our 8 pestigores here guarding our way out of this pit. We're being shoved back in. So no one takes damage except from the water at the end of the battle round, and the pestigores are just pushed around instead. At any battle round where we have a hero in each of the 4 corners, we've escaped, and the pestigores are just trying to throw us back into the water. If we end a battle round in water, we take D3 damage. It's the only way we can actually die in this one. And the pestigores themselves can't die either. So first battle round. Bren is currently the leader, and therefore she's going first. And she needs to clear the way. So we can only ever move 2 with an action. And that means I think we're going to use Aid first to power a move. We can only ever move 2 every time we move. So she'll move 2. And she'll go 1, 2 to here. Then she'll use a attack to power an attack, because that makes the most sense. Oh, and sorry, for her action this turn, she's going to reroll attack dice. And she has 2 attacks hitting on 3s to try and damage this pestigore. So there's 1 hit on a 5. However, they have a defense of 1, so they take no damage. She can reroll. And still misses. So then her last thing to be able to do would be to push a move, but she has nowhere to move through. She is going to get hurt this turn. I could still reroll the 5 and hope for a 6. No, I got a 1. I got nothing. All right, so the pestigores are basically sentinels. They only move, so they advance an onslaught. They're group activate 2, so they don't actually use their dice, the enemy dice in this case. And they don't accrue any hacking break because they can't roll a special action either. So I don't have to worry about these tokens for this game. But because 1 is adjacent, they move towards the nearest post, which is where their deployment circles are. They don't leave them. They're just trying to keep us penned in here while we push by them. So the next, basically the first one activated will be this one. Because it can attack, it will. I'm just going to roll 2 attacks on 4s. 6 crit against Bren because she just couldn't push the damn thing out of the way. And crit and hit her. Oh my god. She has to make 3, 4 plus saves. Or she's going to get shoved back in the water. She makes 1, so she gets shoved back towards the middle 1 hex. There's Pestigore is already on a post, so he doesn't move, and that means he can't onslaught. He's just going to stand guard while we drown. The trash compactor from Star Wars happening here. All right, so next up will be Drolf. And, I mean, dude's good to go. He's just going to go he'll power up a move with an aid, so 1, 2, because he moves 3 flat. Then he's going to use his Ranger Kit and power up a move with an attack and go 1, 2. And then he'll power up a move with a move and go 1-2 over here. Both these guys are already on post hexes. They don't activate. So it's now over to Inara, who needs to try and make a hole. She'll start off by powering a move and going 1-2 to here. It's just to roll it, actually. Just to roll. See if she gets a d6. 2+. That's her aid. Now she'll power an attack with an attack. See if she can get this Pestigor out of the way. Like, as we saw, their defense 1, man. They are hard to move away. Actually, you know what I should have done before this? Is I should have actually stayed here and attacked this one first with attack action. Or with an aid. See if I can get out of the way for Edmark. I only got it once, so nothing happens, because it didn't take any damage, because its defense is 1, and it bounces that one. Now she'll do that powered move. She'll power it with move action, I guess. You can just keep attacking. She will. She's going to attack again. Try to attack that one with her next one. Nope. And then she'll try one more time. And get it. So we get to push it 2 hexes. In any direction we want. Actually 2 hexes, yeah. So we'll push it. I want to push it away from me so that then these guys go and do nothing. Because I need to be further away. So if I push it 1, 2, the Pestigors activate. These 2 are the first ones to activate. And that can be done. Don't move. They've already advanced. And we've activated these 2 because they were closest to her. Drolf's 2, which were right here. Actually, Drolf's 2 would have been these 2. And so this one goes, and the next closest one to her would be this one right here, which would also sit. So it's on Edmark, and we've made a hole. So he will power a move with an aid. So 1, 2. Then he'll power a move with a move, 1, 2. And then he will start hitting. He'll power an attack with an attack into this Pestigor. 2 looking for 3s. Just 1. So no damage, no push. That does mean both these guys can activate. So this one can't advance, so it just attacks. Hitting him on 4s, 2 dice, 6s are crits. Of course, that's 3 damage. So 3s to damage him. Or 3s to save, sorry. He only saves when he gets dunked back in the water too. But the one he does save on a 5+, doesn't push him. And this one's already, no, it's not on a post. It goes 1, 2 to here, and then attacks. On 4s, 1 hit, and then on a 3+ to save. He doesn't save and gets pushed back to almost where he was. End of the battle round, everybody gets dragged 1 back towards the middle. They're not on water, though. They're on the centerpieces. They don't take any damage. Right. Second battle round. Things are not looking great. You start once again with Bren, who's trying to break out terribly. So she's going to go punch. She's going to spend an aid to a move, and does. 1, 2. She's going to reroll her attack dice this turn. So then she'll spend an attack to attack into this Pestigor. There we go. 3 hits total, so she gets to push it 2. So she'll push him 1, 2. And then she'll move. She'll move with her move action. So capped at 2. It's going 1, 2 to here. These Pestigors activate, moving, advance into there, and then swinging on 4s. Hits twice. She saves on 4s. Only saves one. He moves an extra hex, 1, 2. He throws her back to the other side. And then this one can't activate because it's already on a guard hex. All right, well, then we're back to Drolf. He's gonna try to make a hole. Hit this guy. He's throwing arrows because he doesn't need to move yet. I suppose he could Ranger Kit again for the turn. And then climb. No, he wants to try and hit somebody first. He's gonna hit over here. He'll power an attack with an attack first. 2 dice, looking for 3s. 1 hit does nothing. Sorry, actually he'll power an attack with an aid. Then he'll power an attack with an attack and miss. Only does 1. He's going to do 2 to do any damage. And then he'll Ranger Kit, and he'll move 1, 2 over the wall. Squares can't do anything, because they're already on guard squares. And so it's to Inara. All right, she's making a hole here for Edmark. So blasting this guy with an aid to power it on 3s. Nothing. Tries again. Nothing. Tries the 3rd time. Pushes him back 1. I just need to push him back 1 and put a water spout there, and I can't. So the 2 closest Pestigors, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one goes and stays guarding. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna not pick that one to go because I like it not being in the way. So this one does a guard action as well. It's Edmark. He's gonna power a move, going 1, 2. Hopefully he makes the roll with an aid. He's fine. Then he'll power another move. Going 1, 2 with a attack action. And then he'll power one more move, 1, 2. And he'll power that with his move action. And he does move too. Both these pestigos are nearby, and they'll just stop because he's not adjacent. They move to, actually, this one moves to his square and then stops. Let's keep guarding, and it's now round 3. Bren, oh, sorry, everybody gets stuck towards the middle. Bren takes D3 damage because she's not on the ground. Takes 3. Ugh. 1, 2, 3. Mark gets pulled 1 towards the middle, 1 towards the middle. She's already on the middle. All right, Bren's turn. She's gonna move. Do attacks again for her guidance. So first, powering a move with an aid. She does. She moves 1, 2. Powering an attack with an attack. Come on, Bren. There we go. 2 hits. Good enough. So pushing this one 1. And then she'll power a move with a move. And go 1, 2. Probably should be powering my defense here to keep her out of the water. Well, this one advances and then attacks her. If it lands a hit, she's in trouble. It lands 3 hits, because of course it does. And on 4s, she's laughing. The other one is already guarding, so it's just gonna stay there on its post. That means it's draw for clock. All right, well, let's throw some axes, try and make a hole. So we're gonna throw an axe at this guy. On 3s, hit him twice, we push him an inch, or a hex rather. And then we'll do that one as well. Looking for 3s. We get 2 hits, perfect. So we push this one out of the way as well. But they'll still both be closest to him. And then he'll make a move. You know what? He'll make a move to here. Now he'll make a move back. That's fine. Yeah, he's happy where he is. That's fine. So then they go. This guy moves back to his post. This guy moves back to his post. I guess it didn't really do anything. We're on to Inara. Inara is going to, I guess, blast this guy. 1, 2, 3. No, she has to move first. No, she'll blast him. She can hit him from here. Yeah, we'll do him. No, because we need to go this way, because we have to get to a 4th spot. All right, well, we're gonna go the same way as Bren then. So blasting over there, move first. And we move 1. That's not great. We make an attack. We only hit once, we do nothing. And I guess that means we're stuck. Make another attack. Let's see if we can hit. There we go, we do 3, so we get to push it 2. So we'll push it 2 this way. Actually puts it further away than these 2, so they both activate. Actually, this one and this one, or this one and this one would activate then. So you can't get back on it. That's Edmark. He'll make a move. He'll go for a walk. He does. 1, 2 with an aid. Then he'll make an attack. And hit thrice, so that's enough. So push him 1, 2. Then he'll move again. Going 2. And he'll go 1, 2. That means this guy activates. He can't advance because he's pinned against the wall by Edmark, so he just onslaughts and does no hits and doesn't move. And that ends turn 3. Turn 4. All right, Bren, you gotta get out of here. So she's gonna reroll defense rolls this time. I think this seems like the best way to do this. Sorry, but everybody moves towards the middle. She's already there. She'll move back 1. Water. So now she has to go, and she needs to break through this guy. So she's going to make a move with an aid. She does. Goes to there. All right, so she's going to make an attack now. She really needs to get this guy out of the way. And she does. She pushes him 1. And then she's going to move again. Going 1, 2. Does she make the move 2? She sure does. These 2 go. He's going to end up going 1 and then making an onslaught attack. 4s. Hits once. He saves on a 4. And she does. This guy closes the gate on Inara. All right, Drolf. Time to just Hadouken this guy. Throwing axes. He does. Pushes the guy back 1. And then he moves. And then he does it again, because why not? There we go. Pushes him 2. 1, 2. All right, well, then this guy just sits on his spot, and he comes back. Well, he only moves 2, though. And it's Inara's turn. All right, you got this, Inara. You do a water blast this guy out of the way. Looking for 3s. You sure do. Push him 2. So you get to go 1, 2, and then you can make a move. She'll power that with an attack action. Going 2. It's going 1, 2. And then she'll power the next one with an attack action, or a move action, and go 2 again. All right, well, time to take 2 closest. He'll then sentry. He'll go 1, 2, and attack Inara. Can he hit her? Just 1. Saving on a defensive 5+. She does. On to Edmark. Well, he's gonna have to be a hero here. He's just gonna move. And move he does. And be done. This guy finally makes it back to his home, but can't attack. And then this guy also sits in a sentry post and is done. The battle round, everybody moves a hex towards the middle. So Edmund and Drolf can, but these guys are blocked from moving towards the middle by these monsters, so they're actually safe. Because only when they take damage do they jump over them. Fifth battle round. All right, last chance. Everybody's got to get out of here. We'll just start with Bren. She's just gonna move. She sure does. And she's done on objective already, so it's just this guy. We really have to hope it doesn't hit an aura, because this could be bad. Hits once. Make her save on 5. Yes. All right, into Drolf. He just moves back. Guy chases him. He stands in his post and doesn't do anything. Then we're back on to Inara. All right, she's got one chance to get out of here. We're gonna burn burst of speed. So for 0 energy, I can do a move action, but that discards now. Drolf was the first one to get to the side quest, so I actually get to give him a reward card, but I can't look at it yet. You make a sprint action, so she auto moves 2. Then she Hadoukens this guy. Aid to power and attack. She hits him twice, and that pushes him once. Then she moves once, and goes 1, 2. And then she moves again, and goes 1, 2, and she's safe. These two just go back to their posts. Edmark does his final thing, moves, and we're out. Photo finish. I didn't have to burn that burst of speed. I had one more action left with her potentially, but if I'd missed on that first attack or that second attack and didn't have it, I would have been screwed. We did it. We escaped the plague pit. And that means we get to draw, because everybody's alive, 6 reward cards, and Drolf gets to keep this one. He heals D3, so Drolf's fully healed. Inara gets to heal 2. Bren heals 2 as well. Edmark heals at least 1, goes to fully healed. We look at our rewards. So we get a sip of Aqua Garanis, heal D6. This hero can use this even when they're vulnerable. So special action you can always use to chug up a heal pot. And then we get these 6 that we can give to whoever we want, but we have to decide. So, and remember, it's discard once per encounter, or if it's tap, it's once per battle round. So these ones are once per encounter. Hardy, for the rest of the battle round, the first time each turn that the damage is inflicted on this hero, ignore 1 damage. Ooh, I feel like we're gonna give that one to, she's the leader, so she gets to pick first anyway. So we'll do Hardy on Bren. Sundering Attack. Each time you pick a target for this hero's attack, subtract 1 from the defense. The effect is cumulative and lasts for the rest of the encounter. Crooked Dice. Change the result of a d6 from a 1 to 6. Counts an unmodified roll, then roll a die. If you roll less than the number you chose, discard this card. So I think we give Crooked Dice to Inara. The Rime Glass Axe, it's a 1-use discard, everything's a crit. Drolf likes axes. And then I think we give the Vine Strung Bow to Edmark. So he has like a throwing weapon. Oh, or Allied Acrobatics. That one's really cool. Pick a hero next to another hero. Remove the hero you picked from the battlefield and place them in an empty hex within 2 hexes of another hero. That's really cool, and it's not discard, it's just once per encounter. I love that. I'm gonna give him that. Let's get shuffled back in. So we've got some rewards. That means we get to end our encounter. So we will see what the next encounter is gonna be for the next episode, which one we have to pick between, and we'll find out which one we actually pick in the next episode. We have Save the Viridian Stag and Cursed Loot. And I get to pick. The leader either draws the top 4 cards from Act 1's reward deck and openly picks 1 to be cursed. Then they shuffle them face down and place 1 reward card face down in front of each hero. Before revealing the reward cards, each hero's player can discard the reward card instead of giving it to their hero. If the hero is given the cursed reward card, the reward card is discarded and the hero is given the doomed status card instead. Or we have to try and rescue a stag. Place a Pescador in each hex, place the stag token in the skull hex to represent the stag. I think for fun, we'll do the Cursed Loot one because we can just resolve that right now and then go on to the next one. So we have to draw 4 reward cards. Incredible Discovery, use anytime, draw a card from Act 2 reward deck and give it to the hero. Dark Promises, when a hero is given this card, draw 1 of the top 4 reward cards from the Act 1 reward deck and give those cards to them. Then give them the Corrupted Status card and discard this card. This card cannot be given to any heroes for the rest of the campaign. Almighty Blow. This hero uses the attack ability once at 0 energy, add 1 of the dice characteristic. Or Fierce Vitality, an epic reward. If the hero using the aid ability picks this hero, it's 0 the cost. You can aid yourself basically for 0 cost. All right, I think we're gonna have Almighty Blow be cursed. Dark Promises be cursed, that makes more sense. And then we shuffle these and everyone can either draw or discard it. And we're going until we get that sweet epic one. All right, Bren's going first because she's the leader. And she gets it. Sweet. So we're just going to discard the rest. That's all I wanted was Fierce Vitality. This hero's using the Aid ability. Pick this hero. The ability has an energy cost of 0, so we'll keep that epic reward. Do I want to do another one? Found it. Next up would be Drolf. Yeah, we'll do another one. Why not? And we'll keep it, not discard it. Dark Promises. Fuck, he's doomed. Doom means every battle round from now on, he gains a twisted token. And if we end a battle round with 7 twisted tokens, I roll d6 and take that much damage. And if it makes me vulnerable, I discard this card. And we keep the twist tokens otherwise. I only lose it if it kills me. And I can't lose this card any other way. I guess I give Incredible Discovery to Valorian. Or Valoran. And I'll keep Almighty Blow over here. That is cool because I get to use Incredible Discovery to then draw a reward from the second deck. Rune of Force. This hero has a range characteristic of 10 for the rest of the turn. In addition, this hero can immediately use the attack ability once and it costs us 0. So I can just like discard this to Hadouken somebody. Doom Drolf, so we discard the other one, and then I have to draw 2 more to see what next episode's gonna be. A Game of Old Bones or Gates of Azer. Either 2 different events. There's no solo play rules for Gates of Azer, so we're gonna do a Game of Old Bones. So we're going to go with a Game of Old Bones. This one it might have been Drolf Ironhead who introduced the game Old Bones to the group. Or perhaps it was Edmark Valoran. Rolling well-worn knuckle bones, the players complete to see whose soul is heavier with sin and thus destined to fall into the clutches of old bones. A soubrette of the death god Nagash. To the winner goes the large supply of the dwindling supplies. So it's real simple. In this case, pick a hero to play the game. We'll have Drolf play the game, I guess. Doomed after all. He's probably thinking about death a lot. He rolls 3d6, and now he's got 6 more dice's chance to make exactly 11. So he has 6 dice he can roll, and he can keep or discard it. But once he's rolled 6 dice, he's out of dice, and that's, if basically it's less than the total, nothing happens. If it's exactly equal, I get to draw 4 reward cards and keep 1. And if it's higher, I take D3 damage. So I got to make 11 exactly. I'll keep that one. I got to try and roll a 6. I got 5 more chances to roll a 6. I'll keep that one. I got to roll 4. No, I'll just, that would mean I had to roll a 1. I have to roll 4. Nope, that's a 12. I got to roll 4. I got 2 more chances. I did it. And then we'll stop rolling. So that's an 11 to an 11. I had 1 dice left. If I'd failed or gone over, I would have got taken D3 damage. So I could have stopped too if I wanted to. So I had to draw 4 reward cards and draw from keep 1. Lightning Reflexes. A Hard Stare. Furious. Or an Ironbark Talisman. Swap place in the initiative track. I can, on a 3+ make a monster not activate. I can make a damage into an attack for 0 energy, or I think I'm gonna take the rare reward. Ironbark Talisman. Use before you make a save roll. Block the hits caused by a critical hit. That means I block 2 hits, and that's once per game, so I'll take that one for sure. So again, man, I shuffled a bunch of encounters, so those get discarded. And next episode is going to be, here we go, Rooting Through Filth or Facing Foulhorn. Not the boss encounter yet. I can either be Rooting Through Filth to seek an Iron Oak key that will unlock a passage to lower levels, or we have a little encounter with the shaman FOULHOOF and start chasing him in. I'll let you guys decide. Should we root through filth or face Foulhorn? Tell me in the comments and I'll tally up the votes. So there we go, an eventful first session of Warhammer Quest Darkwater as the heroes. We had Drolf get doomed. We had some dice games happen. We played some Knucklebones. He's probably a little bit depressed now because he thinks he's going to die. And a variety of rewards unlocked. That was kind of a frustrating mission. I do think that one in particular, if I hadn't gotten that sprint card at the end, there was a good chance I failed it because I didn't get to the 4th and final spot until almost the end. Drolf was just like, whatever, walls, who cares? But everybody else had to kind of like circle these pestigores to keep them from pushing them back into the slime pit. So anyway, we're on to the next one. So vote in the comments what encounter you want me to do next, whether it's going to be chasing FOULHOOF through the woods or encountering some more pestigores on our way. We're kind of like, this is like a Benny Hill music kind of like chase scene now happening. So you tell me which one you want in the comments, whether we face the boss for the first time before our final encounter or fight some of his minions. And we'll be back next week with the next episode. So I'm Ash. Have a good night.